Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be taking a look at something really quite awesome, and that is a bunch of interesting piston doors. Now these are the sort of doors that don't pop into mind straight away. They're a little bit odd and maybe a little bit different, but I'm sure that all of you will be able to find a use for at least one of them. So let's crack straight on and I'll show you what I've got for you. First things first, we've got the 2x2 sand hipster door. With all of the redstone under the ground and none of it up top, it creates a really striking looking door design that I personally think looks really quite cool. If we flick this lever right here, you can see that the door opens up relatively quickly, and the closing is also pretty fast as well, and with so few resources required and such simple redstone circuitry, every man and his dog should have one of these in his base. So you want to get things started with a 4x2 area. The first thing that we're going to be doing is all of the pistons. So you want to place 2 sticky pistons like this and then 2 regular pistons there with a 2x2 area of sand up at the top like this, and that level there is going to be your floor level. Then you want to place 2 half slabs like this with redstone dust on top of both of those, blocks up like this on either sides with redstone torches on the sides of both of those blocks and blocks on top of those redstone torches, and believe it or not, that is actually all of the redstone circuitry done. So if you just place a block on the side of this redstone dust and flick this lever, as you can see both of the pistons retract, and when we turn it back off again, as you can see both the pistons extend. So that is pretty much it. All you have to do is fill it in the floor level, and that is your 2x2 sand hipster tool done. Next up, we have got the sliding door. Now this is an interesting take on the 2x2 piston door that you see all over the place. Instead of opening from both sides, it actually retracts all of the blocks into one side using slime blocks. So as you can see here, when we flick this lever, all of the blocks move across like that, and we get ourselves a really cool opening sequence. Now one of the main problems with this is, of course, because it uses slime blocks, you are going to need to have immovable objects all the way around your hallway, but I wouldn't say that's too bad, because look at this thing. It looks great. To build this one, you want to start things off with a 3x5 area. The first thing you want to do is go into this corner right here, place 2 blocks up like this, 2 sticky pistons, and then 2 slime blocks on their faces. Then you can take out those 2 blocks right there, place an immovable object under the slime blocks, and a movable object right here. Then you want to place a block like this, a repeater running into that block right there, with a block up like this, and then 1 block up like that with another block right next to that piston, a repeater set to 3 ticks running into that top one like that, and redstone dust on top of both of those. So if we chuck down a lever, as you can see, we now have ourselves an easy double piston extender that uses the slime blocks to actually pull the pistons along, which makes life a lot easier. So now all we have to do is chuck in these slime blocks right here and place in our door blocks just like this. You want to place a 2x2 on the front, then on the back. Sadly, you can't have the full door, which means there are going to be exposed slime blocks. But if you want it to be flush with the side of the wall like the one that we have over here is, then all you have to do is place 2 blocks like this, and that is pretty much everything done. So now you just have to create your hallway. One thing to remember, and I know I mentioned this earlier, but everywhere the slime blocks are going to be going, you are going to need to place down immovable objects. So all the way across here, blocks going up like this as well, and then all the way across the roof, they all need to be immovable objects like that, but the rest of your hallway can be made of any block that you like. So those blocks go in like this, and then on the other side, we can place in all the blocks for our hallway here, and as you can see, we now have ourselves a fully functional sliding door, and it really does look very good. Now this little door is known as the 3x3 Sissy Bar. If we head down to the bottom and hit this button, as you can see, a bar goes right the way across the doorway, meaning that any mobs or players that were trying to get into your base now shouldn't be able to. If we hit the button once again, as you can see, the opening sequence is really very fast and also pretty good looking, which I would say is a pretty big Brucey bonus, so that is just something to watch out for. But if this design doesn't quite tickle your fancy, then of course there are a few alternatives down in the description by fellow YouTubers who have made different designs, and I would suggest checking them out because some of them really are quite cool. But anyway, how about we crack on with that tutorial? So for this one, you want to get things started with a 9x2 area, and the first thing that we're going to be doing is your double piston extender. So you want to go right into the middle and place 2 sticky pistons facing upwards with a block on top. And now, just for reference, I would suggest placing in your doorway. So that is to create a 3x3 area up above your double piston extender, just like this. Then over by here, you just want to place a block with redstone dust on the top, a block here with a repeater running into a sticky piston with a block on top, a block here with a repeater, and that is going to be running into another block, and then you want to place a block up like this with 2 blocks running across here, and that is going to be going straight into that block there. Then you want to place redstone dust on top of all of these blocks just like this. Then on top of that redstone dust, you want to place a block with a sticky piston running into the side of your 3x3 area, and then you just want to grab yourself an upside down half slab and place it around about there with redstone dust on top of that, and then a block next to that piston with redstone dust on top of that one. Then next to this piece of redstone dust, you just want to place a block with a repeater running into a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on top. Then you want to place a block here with a repeater running straight into another block that is right there with a block down at the bottom, blocks going all the way across like this, redstone dust on top of both of those blocks there, a repeater, and another repeater with the first two set to 4 ticks just like that. Then up here, you just want to go a couple blocks out like this with a sticky piston facing inwards. Then you want to head over here and just grab yourself an upside down half slab. So you want to go upside down half slab right here, and also an upside down half slab on the side of this block. And then you want to place a block on the side of this piston with redstone dust on top of both of those. And that should be all of your redstone circuitry done. So if you chuck down a stone button, we should see that all of it is working perfectly fine. We have got the closing and also the opening. So there we have it, ladies and gents. Those are all of the interesting doors that I have for you in today's video. I hope that you found it enjoyable. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.